my goodness. And there it is. Wow, get the pin to go.
Hello, bowling fans, and welcome back to Bowl TV for the final round of match play here at the PWBA Reno Classic from the National Bowling Stadium, the Taj Mahal 10 Pins in Reno, Nevada. My name's Aaron Smith, sitting alongside Emil Williams Jr., and we are ready for the final 6 games to determine the top 4 for the stepladder finals, taking place tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, bowltv.com, the place to be for that, good folks. Emil, Brianna Cote has been the player this week so far at the Reno Classic. 6 more games from her, she's going to earn a spot on the show. But we got a little extra drama trying to figure out those other 3 players.
Yes, extra drama indeed. When you take a look at the standings there, and it's Brianna Cote, and then it's kind of everyone else at the moment. Bree is plus 703. Verity Crawley, who did bowl well today, went 4-2 at plus 544 in second. Just behind her, Stephanie Zavala, who came into this morning's match play round leading the way. Now at plus 533, struggled a little bit in the middle of the block, righted the ship, got a couple of wins to end this morning's block. She's sitting at plus 533 with a 3-3 match play record. And of course, Kelly Kulik went 5-1 today, Aaron, plus 489. She has continued to bowl well, dating back to yesterday's second round of competition in qualifying. Seeing the lanes well. Talked to her again this morning after the round. Missed some spares, but she was confident, and know she left a few pins out there because of that, but thought she made the right moves for the most part. But don't look now. Diana Zavyalova, Stephanie Johnson, both 62 pins out. They're tied for 5th at plus 427. Birgit Norreichs, we know she could get hot as well. Heck, even Ashley Galante, she can put together a few matches early on, maybe put a little nervousness and that feeling into some of the players up top. You never know, but this one's far from decided. But Brianna Cote with that first player with a good peek into what this top 4 could look like.
As we kick things off here for the second round of match play, the final round, we're going to watch Diana Zavyalova take on Misaki Mukotani, as well as Brianna Cote, our tournament leader, taking on Daria Payuk as, okay, look at us. We're everywhere. Gary Hulsenberg swinging by, saying hello to the Bowl TV booth. So these are the matches ongoing. You do have access to every match here on bowltv.com. Other matchups across the house: Stephanie Johnson versus Kelly Kulik on 55 and 56. Stephanie Zavala versus Sandra Gongora on 61 and 62. Birgit Norreichs versus Ashley Galante on 63 and 64. And then Verity Crawley take on Valerie Bercier, 65 and 66.
Good early matchup here with Cote and Payuk. Our guy Rick, we were talking about Brianna Cote to end round number 1 this morning, match play round number 1. And Aaron asked me what I thought the probability was for Brianna Cote to get a spot on the show. I said 99%. Our guy Rick mentioned there were a few tough opponents here in this second round, and he certainly was not kidding there. With Daria Payuk, we will also face Verity Crawley next, and then Valerie Bercier. Another good break there and a nice split conversion for Diana Zavyalova. Nicely done on the 410. See some good things from DZ here in this first event of this series, the Reno Classic. They talked to her before this round began, still kind of fighting through swollen thumb. But she is doing a good job. She said she had to open up a few of her thumbs as well. Stepladder finals will take place at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. Mountain.
I was going to say you can't leave Mountain out.
I'm scoring at home. Again, 5 p.m. Pacific, local Reno time, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
We will be handing the ball off to Dave Lamont and the Hall of Famer, Carolyn Dorn-Ballard, for the show as well. So CDB will be dropping the knowledge throughout the course of the stepladder. And Dave Lamont back with the PWBA. Also, Dave's done a really nice job helping us out in remote fashion this year.
Hello to everyone watching on Bowl TV and Facebook channels, the Sport of Bowling, USBC, the PWBA Facebook page, as well as the Bowl TV YouTube channel.
For those of you joining on Bowl TV, of course, you're already in the right spot to watch this final round of match play come together. The final four determined in excitement and preparation for the stepladder finals taking place a little bit later this evening in Reno. For those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, we will be here for game number 1 before we send the feed exclusively to Bowl TV. So you do have to pick up a subscription to watch the rest of the way out, see who wins the first event here of the Fall Classic Series. Subscription options include an event ticket, $8.95. Joins you for the rest of the coverage today, the live coverage. You can buy a bundle package for the Fall Classic Series, which gets you the rest of the Reno Classic, the PWBA Pepsi Classic, and the PWBA Tour Championship match play rounds leading up to the CBS Sports Network Finals. $19.95 for the bundle, once again for the live event coverage. Or you can pick up a monthly or annual recurring subscription for $9.95 or $79.95. Transaction fees do apply at all price points. But with that recurring annual or monthly, you get full access to Bowl TV, which also includes archived events, all the on-demand content on the channel as well. Archived events literally go on for days and months and years, it seems like. So, as we mentioned throughout the course of the week, every pair covered here at the Fall Classic Series at the NBS. So, if you can have a recurring annual or monthly subscription, you do have the ability to go back, check out anything you missed along the way. Not only this event, but throughout the course of the entire PWBA Tour seasons in 2021 and even going back to 2019. So, BowlTV.com, the place to be to check it out. Certainly hope you will join us for that. In addition, checking out Bowl TV tonight, seeing who's going to win the Reno Classic. We will be giving away a bowling ball of one of our gold partner brands during the stepladder finals tonight. More information on that throughout the course of the day, getting ready for that. But a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of great perks joining the Bowl TV community.
Wow. Remember when I said earlier that Brianna Cote is a complete player?
Yes.
I think shots like that just kind of show it. You know, she can play up the boards if she needs to. I think what's been surprising for me, and this is just as a whole this week so far, is I think I was expecting more players to be a little further, or I should say straighter. And looking back, I don't think we saw a lot of that during qualifying. Saw most players still kind of giving it away ever so slightly. Kelly kind of hinted at it a little bit during our interview with her this morning. Oh my goodness. Was that almost a carbon copy of what happened yesterday?
I think that was somehow slightly less aggressive, but equally devastating.
Can we briefly show yesterday's real quick?
Is that... See if we can time it out after a spare shot here.
So
we'll get Diana's shot with Darius' spare attempt. We can compare the viciousness of that messenger to one she had yesterday.
To quickly finish the point, Kelly mentioned having to move left, but your angle still had to be proper because of the length of the pattern. So you had to give it away a little bit to see some of the... center. Well, after a really good start for Valerie, she's going 8-1, 8-1 splits in back-to-back frames.
Saki with the strike in frame 7. Holds the lead. Against DC, who was unable to convert to 310 after the double in 5th and 6th. You mentioned Valerie, even with those 2 opens, still in position to take the victory against Verity Crawley. We did share during the break here a story from Bowler's Journal about Verity, taking a look at her coming into the Fall Classic Series and a few different things going on there, so be sure to check that out. Main man Joe on site this week.
Guy Joe.
Taking care of business for BJI. So thanks to Joe for all the work he's been doing this week. He was out at the U.S. Women's Open as well, so. He's getting all the long tournaments. That's what's happening here. Joe's not getting the quick standard events. In on Thursday, out on Sunday. He's going. He's going a week long, the 10 days. First sign of trouble for Cote, but still going to be ahead in the match here, heading into the 10th frame with the opportunity to lock out. And Emil, we talked about just the chance for things to happen with kind of looking past the first spot. Brianna Cote has done what she's needed to do so far to continue to stay ahead of the field. But Verity Crawley could drop a 150 in this game here. 166 her max score, so if she doesn't double, going to be less than 160 out of the gates. We saw her do that yesterday in round 2 before improving her score by about 110 pins the next game and taking care of business the rest of the way out to get all the way up to 3rd in the standings. But she's going to give some players the opportunity, including the 2 individuals currently on 55 and 56, Kelly Kulik and Stephanie Johnson.
Those are the 2 players, along with Diana. If DZ can stay the course, Stephanie has been the quieter of the 2, I would say, right? Kelly has had some very good blocks these last 2 rounds. Round 2 qualifying, round 1 this morning with match play. Stephanie has been overly consistent. DZ has shot 300 and had some really good moments and been, I think, consistent overall too. Steph's always the player who, kind of like Brianna, we've been talking about, just that when you think it's okay to decide it, those are the players that say, wait, hold on.
Wait, hold on for one more day.
Oh. Okay.
Tale of 2 games for Valerie Mercier. Front 6 for 200 even.
Wow.
4 consecutive splits to end the game, but as I mentioned, bowling against Verdi on 65 and 66 going to be enough for the victory. Crawley's max 166. Stephanie Johnson in position to get the win against Kelly Kulick. Kelly's going to be in the low 220s. It's a good count on Stephanie's first shot. We'll put her into the mid 220 range. So Steph's going to get that all important 30. Trying to run down Kelly Kulick here for a spot in the top 4.
Thanks to all of our viewers so far here. Aaron's going to discuss Facebook in just a second. Facebook, YouTube. Just watching from the Netherlands, Norway. Watching from Tucson. Well, you probably enjoy watching Brianna Cote strike.
She is going to move to 6-0-1 for match play so far. Those things just don't happen. Just the way bowling works. The way things pop up. Bad breaks, bad hits, missed spares. The opponent gets going against you. All those things happen. It's just part of it, but quick 195 bonus on top of her already strong performance.
That's going to be the highest scoring match between Steph and Kelly. 246 and 223 with Steph J getting the dub. She's going to move in front of Kelly and Zavyalova. Sweden being represented.
Stephanie Zavala double in the 10th. Sandra Gongora to sneak out some bonus pins.
It's pretty huge there for Zavala. Another gutter spare in this game. It's her second one of today.
Hasn't lost any count doing that yet.
No, had one earlier. Earlier this morning and made the spare. That was during the I forgot what the final score was. I can just go and look at it and tell you exactly what it was. 174. Had one open that was a pocket 8 or 710. I talked to Zavala too and asked if what ball she thought she was going to begin with this round, and she said urethane. She's trying to go urethane for the first two. Said this morning she had went through several bowling balls to try to get to, and ultimately I think it was the Zen Master like we had talked about, but ran into that hiccups in games 3 and 4, but tried to get there quicker, meaning get left to where she likes to be and has had success so far this week, Aaron, a little quicker, and because of the less players in the field, just 12 today, as opposed to obviously qualifying but the lanes didn't quite transition as quickly. And so she's got to have just a touch more on the patience side. Try to get through these couple of games and then make the move.
About ready to make the move to game 2 here. Saki Mukutani with the win, 220 to 190 over Diana Zavyalova. Brianna Cote victorious over Daria Payuk. We had a tie. Birgit Norreichs and Ashley Galante at 191 apiece. But folks, we're going to take a quick reset as we've talked about. Our feed will be exclusively to BowlTV.com moving forward here. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, we will be signing off from those platforms with BowlTV.com, continuing to run here through the rest of the block, and of course the stepladder finals later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on BowlTV.com. Got to come over and subscribe to join in the action and the fun and the giveaways and everything else. So we hope to see you over there. We'll be right back for game 2 from the PWBA Reno Classic. Moving into game 2, Daria Payuk versus Stephanie Johnson, Kelly Kulik versus Valerie Mercier. Other matches, Misaki Mukutani versus Sandra Kongora. Front 55 and 56, Diana Zavyalova versus Birgit Norreichs. And Anna Cote versus Verity Crawley. It's a pretty big matchup over there on 61 through 64. And then Ashley Galante versus Stephanie Zavala on 65 and 66.
couple of quality shots, one from Kelly, one from Daria, as well as one from Stephanie. Appreciate those who may have just joined us for the first time. If so, this is game 2 of 6. Second round of match play. No 7-10 for Daria. The PWBA Reno Classic, first of 3 events here from the Fall Classic Series, National Bowling Stadium here in Reno, Nevada. Where the weather has been a touch frightful. But inside the building, the fire is indeed delightful.
I thought you were going to say the strikes were delightful. If you have no place to go, swing by Reno.
You should definitely come here. You don't have a place to go. Because you get a chance to watch a champion be crowned tonight if you are in the area.
This is true. Seats are available.
Good seats still available. I'm up there for Valerie Bercier. All right, kick the 10 out, Steph. Steph's kind of got that look. There's going to be some yeses and some come-ons here pretty soon.
Oh, let's go.
Flush. We'll see where Stephanie is exactly once the standings are updated. Let me check that out as I say that. And boom. There it is. Stephanie Johnson. So we were just talking about her. Now, right now, the sole owner of 4th. Thought she had enough to go around Kelly. She is 9 pins back with Kelly in 3rd. So Steph at plus 503, 4th. Kelly at plus 512 in 3rd. Stephanie Zavala 2nd at plus 565. Rana Cote 1st at plus 744. In 5th place, after the 156 game, at plus 500, just 3 pins out right now, is Verity Crawley. Diana Zapialova is 6th at plus 417. Here get Notorike 7th at plus 364. Valerie Bercier is 8th at plus 147. Ashley Galante 9th at plus 344. Saki Mukatani is 10th at plus 293. Daria Payok 11th at plus 292. And Sandra Gregor is 12th at plus 190. So just one 300 game. It belongs to Diana Zabialova. Yesterday during qualifying.
Three out of 4 opens for Stephanie Zavala to start game number 2. See the start from Kelly, though. So it's Steph J.
Just like always, Aaron. It's I can't remember which event it was, but there was one event I recall where we went into Saturday with every spot of the show still in doubt. Meaning, nothing was settled. No one had established, some sort of dominance to be the top seed, as an example. In this case, 2, 3, 4 certainly still up for duration here. That weird start for Stephanie Zavala. It's a single pin, 9 spare, and the old S4, 4 through the middle. Had to be. Guess it didn't have to be, but
Most likely.
more than likely. Then another split on top of that, 7 spare.
Ooh.
I'm very curious now about what's actually happening. What her ball ball's doing. Let's go check that out.
As things get tighter, as players battle for spots on the show, Brianna Cote, not a care in the world right now. Says, everybody else, do your thing. Just trying to get closer and closer to locking up that top seat.
Verity and Zavala struggling here. Meanwhile, Steph Johnson creeping on the come up. What you know about that, Aaron?
Not enough. Not enough.
Are you familiar with Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Of course.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you're about to say. I'm not gonna lie. Name a Bone Thugs and Harmony song.
Crossroads.
Okay.
If you ask another question, I'm going to have to phone in a friend or ask the audience. But on the board.
Jeff, my man, I see you. Jeff, just to your question, my guess is it's probably through Steph's apparel sponsor regarding her attire today, her jersey.
I feel Steph has some pretty unique designs in her jersey collection.
We'll take that.
Outside of Stephanie and Kelly, nobody's really having too much fun this game.
No.
It is a lot of circles on the scoreboard. Not a lot of strings of strikes.
This plays into the favor, to me, Valerie Bercier, because she did have the front six in game one, and obviously, not sure what happened in those last 4 frames and missed out on a golden opportunity to pick up some valuable pins. She just got a break in the 8th. She can somehow figure out striking the 9th, maybe the first one in the 10th. Coupled with players at the top right now, Stephanie Zavala specifically, and maybe Verity will figure out if Verity can right the ship. She's got a double. She can maybe kind of see a little light, perhaps, at the end of the tunnel. And, I mean, the players know. They may not look at the scores, but they're looking at the players and saying, oh, well, Stephanie's going to do that, or, going to gain some pins here. Either way. So why not gain as much as we can, obviously.
Steph J is going to step up here in the 10th. 269 still out there. She's going to have the opportunity to go from tied for 5th, 62 back into 2nd place in a matter of 2 games. That one needs a hustle.
I was just about to say, man, this could be for the 2 seed.
Needed some hustle on that one. Good news, though, even with the 6-count washout, she's already done enough to get the bonus pins. So bonus pins are accumulated. She has the 30. Did what she needed, just didn't get the connection. 233 though.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
So 233 easily going to be the big number of this game. Kelly stepping up in the 10th. When all but locked up, she can get to 227. Which would keep her ahead of Stephanie by just a pin or two. Just a couple pins. Verity Crawley put together 3 in a row after back-to-back opens. She now has an 8 count to start in the 10th frame against Brianna Cote. So since she was unable to strike on her first shot, Cote will have the opportunity to step up double. And keep her undefeated streak going. That'd be a humongous 30 bonus pins for Crawley after what happened in game 1. Just like that, path to 7-0-1 just got easier for Brianna Cote. Now just needs a mark. Crawley unable to mark in the 10th. Cote followed it up with 4 through the nose herself. So she needs to make that now to get the victory. It might be the fortunate change of momentum that Crawley could need if Cote's able to run it down. And she just got 4, so Crawley is going to escape with a win. Kelly Kulick is looking at an open in the 10th, so by all accounts, in additional craziness, Stephanie Zavala could actually sneak out a victory here. This has been a weird game overall. So Kelly's going to win 202 to 181. Birgit Norreichs is going to get a victory over Diana Zavialova. DZ's going to be in the 170s. Stephanie Zavala through the last 4 to get to 162. So Ashley Galante needs at least 9 on her. Excuse me, 8 on her first shot. She got 9, so she is she's going to take the 30 away from Zavala. Sandra Gongora, 179 to 164 over Misaki Mukotani. 186 to 176. Verity Crawley over Brianna Cote. believe Zavala now at plus 527. Stephanie Johnson is going to move into the plus 560 range, plus 566, I believe. Kelly Kulik with the win. Going to get to 544. And Verity Crawley has now made things a little more interesting as well. She's going to be at plus 516, it looks like. So it looks like Cote, Stephanie Johnson, Kelly Kulik, Stephanie Zavala, Verity Crawley. Then a bit of a gap. Moving on to the next spot in the standings. While we have this brief opportunity, Mr. Williams, I want to take a quick second to say something about one of our great gold partners here on the PWBA Tour, Brunswick. Some of their new equipment out in the field. The Quantum Evo series celebrates the evolution of technology within one of bowling's most significant series of bowling balls, the Quantum. The Quantum Core system, Dynamic Core 2, and Evolution Reactive create the most technology-driven quantum balls of all time. Check out the Quantum Evo Solid and the Quantum Evo Pearl on BrunswickBowling.com for more information on which one will best fit you. So again, check that out, BrunswickBowling.com. All right, folks, with game 3 happening now. Once again, if you watch last round, you know what's going to happen. We're going to give you the opportunity to pick the next match we watch. So we're going to pop a poll up on the screen. You're going to get the opportunity to select one of the matches. We'll go watch it. We may already be there. We'll have to wait and see. You get to vote. Birgit Norikes versus Stephanie Zavala, Brianna Cote versus Valerie Mercier, Ashley Galante versus Misaki Mukutani, Verity Crawley versus Stephanie Johnson, Diana Zavgelova is taking on Sandra Gongora.
Whoops.
And Kelly Kulik versus Daria Payuk. So Diana Zavgelova versus Sandra Gongora. So that's the.
I bet you people picked Diana.
I mean, that's a.
Because I would have picked that too.
But technically, if you pick either Stephanie Johnson one, it's on the same grouping. So that part's okay.
My apologies. The other match actually features Chris Johnson. Add Stephanie in the chat because he's always in this. Add Steph in the chat.
Fantastic.
slim margin of victory. Verity versus Stephanie. Second, Kelly Kulik versus Daria Payo.
All right, so we're going to one pair to the right here. Pretty good, folks. We'll go after Valerie's shot here. Check out those matches.
I didn't have my proofreader.
'All right. Let's go.
Viewer's choice, baby. Uh-oh.
I don't think that was part of the
No.
what they were hoping to see. But.
Pins separating Steph and Verity.
Standings are updated online. Brianna Cote, even with the loss, still in a very comfortable position. +7 to 26, 1-1 record. Stephanie Johnson is in second, +566. Kelly Kulik in third, +544. Stephanie Zavala, +527 after 162. Verity Crawley, 11 pins out at +516. And then we go all the way down, +398 for sixth place. We get Norikes. So Diana Zagalova, +392. Ashley Galante, +346. Valerie Bercier, +337. Daria Payuk, +289. Saki Mukutani, +257. And Sandra Gongora, +199. Top win-loss records so far. Cote, 6-1-1. Kelly Kulik, 6-2. Stephanie Johnson and Verity Crawley, 5-3. So with 4 left to go, outside of 250 to 260 or so from Birgit or DZ, it really feels like we've gotten to the point of 4 players for 3 spots. Good people of Bowl TV. Picked a good one. Shaped up nicely here after 4 frames. Stephanie versus Verity. Once again, Verity, she finishes 8th or higher. She'll take the overall lead in the Player of the Year race.
Say that again, Aaron.
She finishes 8th or better. She's going to move into the lead for the Player of the Year race. She's trending in the correct direction. Oh. Look at that Teddy. I think that was Daria. What a messenger that didn't connect up. Uh-oh. All right, no washout. Stephanie was much more casual about that compared to what we were both thinking the right thing.
Yeah, we got to be honest. I wasn't sure. He doesn't look too sure right now either.
It's gone in the wrong direction today.
This is just game 3. It's interesting. Her low games today have been, some have been okay. I think she's had the roller coaster regarding the low games. Her wins today, and I'm talking about this morning as well. Games of 225, 258, 258. Those are her 3 wins on the match play record. She's had 5 losses: 164, 187, 193, 190, 175. How many 4 through the middles have we seen today? Just this round now, Aaron.
They've been
Wow.
a little more prevalent. Stephanie Zavala picking up some steam in the middle of her match against Birgit Rex. During early open in the second, she's delivered 3 consecutive strikes starting in frame 4. Kelly Kulik, nothing too crazy in her matchup right now against Daria Payuk. She's ahead. Did just miss a single pin, very un-Kelly-like. So those are the other players in the mix at the moment for top four. Brianna Cote. Pretty close matchup against Valerie Bercier at the moment on 57 and 58. See if Steph can take advantage of the open from Crawley. Oh! Gets the 7 to topple over. 250 still out there. Steph had that start back in round one. I think she had the front 9, front 8. Shot 270 and kind of had the field catch up to her after that, but she's been tough today. She's been very impressive.
Wow, nearly 2, 7, 8, 10. Well, you know, Aaron, I mentioned at the top of the show that, and probably at the end of this morning's round, you may see some players try to take some risks. We can't confirm that yet, but yeah, there are a lot of things happening this round that have not happened at any point in this tournament. Even this morning, you know, with first time seeing or the field shrinking to 12, obviously some adjustments had to be made and some things were slightly different. But even to that point, we haven't seen what we're seeing right now with, you know, the numerous forward through the middles. You know, couple that with, all right, this is the last block before the top four are determined. So you throw that additional emotional play, if you will, into each player and get some stuff that perhaps we haven't seen in the case. Right now, though, Stephanie Johnson seems to be along with Brianna Cote, of course. I feel like in these moments, this is where the experience of Stephanie Johnson really comes out. Understanding of the moment, understanding that the tournament, although it seems like a sprint, you know, there are games after games after games. Multi-time champion. Obviously, where are we at? 18 now? 19? Team USA? She reached the 20 year.
Not quite 20 yet. So I think 2005 was her first year. So I think she's at 17. Her and Shannon O'Keefe. Shannon Puchowski, the most experienced of that core of Team USA players. 20 plus years now. As part of the adult team. .237 still out there. Crawley, if she's able to go off the sheet here. Max or Stephanie Johnson. 236. These corner pins have been fighting back today.
Yeah, they have not been friendly. There's another. It's funny how the carry just gets funky as well. Meanwhile, Stephanie Zavala.
Mm-hmm.
Showing no panic.
After starting 9 spare, open 9 spare. She has delivered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive strikes. Big 30 coming up here on 61 and 62. Stephanie can step up in the 10th and shut out. She's up by 9 with the conversion.
Big shot there for Diana. Best shot of this match here with Gongora. Capitalized on the open. ZZ needs to win this game.
$255. Zavala with the bounce back and the victory over Birgit. That'll get her all the way up to plus 612. She's going to go ahead of Kelly Kulick. Who is in a close, tough match right now with Daria Pike. There's one for Steph. Needs a second one for the chance to lock up. Crawley can stick at 216. Any type of spare here for Steph would be 215. Cote is going to be in the 240s in a victory over Valerie Bercier. Steph for the chance to lock it up. Oh! There's a patented Stephanie Johnson. Fist pump. Let's go. We've just one championship round appearance on the season so far for Steph. Wants to kick things off the right way here. In Reno. Cote 243 in victory. All three 225. Stephanie Johnson. Stephanie will stay ahead of
Good Lord.
Stephanie Zavala. She needed that one too.
Wow.
Uh,
That's a herder. Especially when it kind of gives you a little gift. Dare I say an 8-pin tonight in the finals? I've generally been right about that over the course of the events that I've been to this season. Nonetheless, nice job, Bold TV viewers, on the selection of this match. It was close.
it's pretty good. Absolutely.
It's close, 35 to 34 in favor of Verity Stephanie match. Aaron, when you went through that, the current projected player of the year, did you mention Brianna Cote? I missed this question.
As far as if she were to
were to win, yes.
She would. Let's see. We had. I think I read it earlier today. Readily available. Let's see. If Bree was able to get the win, she would be within, since Shannon O'Keefe currently, based off of what we know so far, is currently at the top of the standings until we know where Verity finishes. But Shannon O'Keefe's at 112,070 for her point total. If Bree was able to get the victory, she would be at 108,695, so she would be within 4,000 of O'Keefe. And now it does look like Verity is, with 3 games left to go, is going to be in position to exceed the 8th place spot. So she's going to, when you look at where she started the week, though, she was nearly 17,000 points out. So a massive change. Throws a complete wrench into everything we thought might happen, which is secretly what we wanted, because
that is for the better.
Because that's how we do things here. So it wouldn't put her all the way there, but she would be very, very close to those top 3 at the moment. One shot left to go for Kelly Kulik. She's going to get a victory against Daria Payuk. It's going to be the last 3 for 183. So she's going to be at plus 557. So Kelly is going to drop to 4. So they're going to be ahead of Verity. Steph a little ahead of Steph J, ahead of Steph Z. Brianna Cote, different planet right now. She's pretty close to being set and locking in that top spot. It's also locked in Emil Williams. Is our trusted gold industry partner, Kegel. All the great things they do for the sport of bowling. With products for bowling centers, coaches, and mechanics, Kegel is truly built for bowling. Visit kegel.net to learn more about all they do for our great sport. Of course, can't forget about Specto, the great features offered by Kegel. Specto Bowling has everything you need for a hardcore practice. See your stats and learn what your ball is doing. Download the Specto Bowling app today, all courtesy of our friends at Kegel. Not gonna lie, Emil, I do have the Specto app downloaded on my phone right here.
No, do you?
Yeah. Just so I'm not playing. Boom. That's right. Between Hilton Honors and TGI Fridays.
Two brands I believe that you perhaps frequent often in your travels.
But usually I go to TGI Fridays when I'm not staying at a Hilton property. So,
That's true. Only at Gold.
Yes. So, but the whole second page of apps is in order of being the app downloaded. So, but a very cool thing to see. If you know, if you have a local center that offers Specto, it's pretty awesome to check that out. The matchups across the house, starting on 55 and 56, Verity Crawley versus Daria Payuk, Ashley Galante versus Sandra Gongora on 57 to 58, Diana Zavelova versus Stephanie Zavala on 59 and 60, Brianna Cote versus Kelly Kulick, 61 and 62, Stephanie Johnson versus Valerie Mercier on 63 and 64, and Misaki Mukutani taking on Birgit and Reichs on 65 and 66.
This is that one rare time, Aaron. And maybe not one rare time. Maybe that's not the right thing to say. But perhaps maybe the one time for me where I would be very intrigued if the player of the year was based on vote and not points. I would be real intrigued who would get the votes and how that would shape up. Obviously pending 3 titles to be determined here this week, but
I think that offers some interesting thoughts. Some interesting discussion for sure.
Yeah. Would be. Should be. And even after tonight, I would still offer up even more, depending on the result and who wins.
Yeah, these pins are getting heavy.
Oh. Yeah, that's a good vote.
Nice cover there by Steph. Taking care of the 2-4-10. Just kind of I'd like to be a funny exchange between Daria Payuk and Verity Crawley. Daria connected for the front four. Until Verity kind of gave her that look. Oh, now you're going to start striking on me. I see how it is. Oh, all right. Let's cover there by Cote to avoid a second open. Standings update.
No.
Brianna Cote, 7-1-1 plus 793. Leading the way. Stephanie Johnson plus 621 in second. Stephanie Zavala plus 612. Kelly Kewell plus 557. 36 pins ahead of Verity Crawley plus 521. Then we dropped to plus 380. Here getting Morikes, Valerie Bercier plus 362. Diana Zagalova plus 353. Ashley Galante plus 327. Saki Mukutani plus 305. Daria Payuk plus 253. And Sandra Igora plus 197. When you look at the 3-game totals of this block so far, only half of the players are averaging at least 200 so far. And after a 630 set by Brianna Cote, we jump all the way up to Stephanie Johnson at 704. Stephanie has been the one to figure this out. Put it all together here. 246, 233, 225.
having way too much fun typing today in the chat. All right, good shot there for Kelly. It's as Aaron just went through standings, in case you missed it. Again, Cote leading the way at plus 793. She's in. Stephanie Johnson plus 621 second. Stephanie Zavala plus 612 in third. Kelly Kulik fourth plus 557. Verity Crawley fifth plus 521. At this point, I believe it's 4 for 3 at this point in time. With Stephanie Johnson theoretically 100 pins ahead of Verity Crawley, who sits in fifth. So the match is really keen on. Let me look at the at game 5. Of course, game 6 is a position round. Don't forget that. Game 5 matchups. Let's see. Galante versus Yalova. All right, Galante versus Yalova. This is game 5 matchups I'm talking about. Kulik versus Crawley. That's probably one we'll want to circle. Kulik versus Crawley. That's before the position round. So keep that in mind. Then Norrijks versus Gongora. Versier versus Payo. Mukatani versus Zavala. Stephanie Johnson versus Brianna Cote. So kind of two you'd probably want to key in on. Specifically, Kulik and Crawley. That one's going to have extreme implications on the top 4. And then specifically just for Stephanie Johnson's perspective, her match versus Brianna Cote coming up again in game 5. And Zavala will face Misaki Mukatani. Again, that is all before the position round. Watching both Kulik and Johnson here. Oh my. Kelly. Circling kills. Aaron mentioned one championship round appearance this season for Stephanie Johnson. She had 2 in 2019. 3 in 2018. She had 1 back in 2017, high flush for Cote. And speaking of Stephanie Johnson and championship round appearances in recent memory, but the one that she did make in 2017, one of the more remarkable ones, coming off the birth of her second child, winning the PWBA Orlando Open just months after Kinsey was born. Two for Steph in 2016, and then the relaunch year, of course, one of the top players, or establishing herself, I should say, as one of the top players when the tour relaunched. She had 4 championship round appearances in 2015. Welcome back, Aaron Smith.
Oh, well, thank you.
Just want to let you know that Brianna Cote has continued to strike since you stepped away for a minute. Also updated the viewers on what's coming up next. And one match, really 2, but one specifically, I think we should pay attention to and watch is Kelly Kulick versus Verity Crawley prior to the position.
Oh, that's
Yes, I'm right. Just tell me.
that's a prime time matchup. For Verity Crawley, she is not going to get bonus spins this matchup. 235 shot by Daria Payuk. Verity can still get to 227. Stephanie Zavala is going to be in the 220s, but she is going to get a victory. Of course, we're watching the other 3 players currently in the mix. Stephanie currently down to Valerie Brussier. And an interesting situation here for Kelly Kulick. She can make a run at this. She's going to take the 2. So that's going to be 213. Okay, well, the 2 is good there. By getting 2, she's going to force Cote to get the first one for the victory. Brianna goes 9 spare strikes. She would be at 212. Cote certainly doesn't need the bonus spins. Kelly really wishes she got a couple more. She got 30 bonus in the back pocket. Cote for the win. Just taking care of business out there. Taking care of business every day.
Bree's getting that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, fine. I will. Verity Crawley, 227, but without the victory. Stephanie Zavala, 221 with the victory. So Crawley is going to get to plus 548. Kelly Kulik will be at plus 570. Stephanie Zavala will be at plus 663. And that hit all but locks up the win for Valerie Bercier against Stephanie Johnson. The best Steph can get to is 184, so Bercier will now just need 7 pins and 2 shots. If Stephanie does punch out to get to 184 without any bonus spins, she would drop to plus 605. So Zavala reclaims the second spot. .188 finish for Valerie, the 2019 PWBA Rookie of the Year. Uh-oh. 6-7-10 to kick off the 10th frame here for Steph. She's unable to convert. It's going to drop to 160. That would put her at plus 581. So she would still be ahead of Kelly. But that'd be less than 15 pins. So there's the 2, 160. So Zavala created a little bit of separation. But now Stephanie Johnson, Kelly Kulik, and Verity Crawley are going to be all within 40 pins or so of each other with just 2 to go here. The drama is nonstop here at the Reno Classic.
This game 5 is about to be something.
Before we get into that, though, Mr. Williams.
What up?
I want to take a quick second to talk about another proud gold partner of the PWBA Tour, Rotogrip. Everything the good folks at Rotogrip do is to put you in a position to dominate. They make equipment that makes you your best, because that's not your name up there next to your score. It's your reputation. Be sure to visit rotogrip.com to view their complete line of high-performance bowling equipment. Rotogrip.com, folks.
That's some good copy right there.
It's a good point.
All right, bud. 57-58.
57-58. Okay.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
All right. Don't have to tell me twice. Right on cue for the early double. Verity Crawley taking on Kelly Kulik. Sandra Gongora versus Birgit Norikes. Other matchups: Ashley Galante versus Diana Zavyalova. Daria Payuk versus Valerie Mercier. Misaki Mukutani versus Stephanie Savala. And Brianna Cote against Stephanie Johnson. Stephanie Johnson with an early strike against Brianna Cote. It's known as the way too early game update. In limited appearances this season, Kelly Kulik really has had a strong season. Of course, highlighted by the victory at the Albany Open, but continued to make show after show. The official number is 4 championship round appearances on the season, looking for a 5th. Crawley avoids early disaster there, gets the split broken out. For our players in the top 5 at the moment, kind of been jockeying back and forth. So far this season, if they were able to earn a spot on the show, Verity Crawley would take the season lead. It would be her 7th championship round appearance if she's able to get one of these top 4 spots. Currently on the outside looking in. Brianna Cote, this would be her 5th finals championship round appearance. Zavala would be her 5th. Kelly Kulik, her 5th. Stephanie Johnson, her 2nd.
You mentioned Verity's ratio of championship round appearances to total number of events bowled, which was what yesterday? Or as of, well, really as of now, of course.
Well, if she makes the show, it'd be 7 out of 15 events. And I guess kind of 7 out of 14 because the doubles event really doesn't have a championship round appearance tied to it that we necessarily throw into stats. So
7 of 14 singles joints.
Yeah, I can go with that. It's an excellent little work in.
Makes that just half, which is phenomenal. SG getting a little laugh there. Get that. Found some extra room that you didn't know you had. You mentioned Kelly and Albany. I think back to Verity, of course, and Smyrna. Just two were emotional because of the time that it took for both players.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Well, this was not Kelly's second, or I'm sorry, first. But it was the first in several years.
We do have a score update ready to go for you. Rihanna Cote plus 856, 8-1-1. Just phenomenal. Stephanie Zavala plus 663. Stephanie has about 82 pins between herself and third place. Stephanie Johnson now plus 581. Kelly Kulick plus 570. 22 pins back plus 548. Verity Crawley. Then we have the big jump. So really, once again, 4 for 3, almost 3 for 2 at the moment. Zavala puts together one more strong game. She might have enough room to work with heading into this position round. But, sixth place, Birgit Norikes plus 423, 147 back. Valerie Bercier plus 380. Diana Zagelova plus 327. Daria Payuk and Ashley Galante both at plus 318. Misaki Mukutani plus 287. And Sandra Gongora at plus 233. Uh-oh. See a front 5 up on the board. Stephanie Johnson turned that early single. Front 5 now. Oh, goodness. Verity trying to get the strikes to start rolling once again. Brutal 9-pit. Nice cover there by Birgit. Not the way she thought she'd cover that, but that looked way cooler though. So bonus points. Crawley now 4 consecutive spares. Keep things going here. 4 out of 5, working on 2 in a row. Come on, 10-pin. Kelly. Says may have gotten away with that one. A subtle flex to go along with it. That's 3 in a row up on the board. Now an opportunity to push it to 4. And really put Verdi in position to respond with a double of her own. Boom, takes advantage. Still get to 279. Crawley needs a double here. There's 4 consecutive spares. Perhaps we're maxing to the 240s. Taking a look up on the big board, Stephanie Johnson, front 5, 9 spare. Stephanie Zavala, strike, open, spare, 3-bagger. And Kelly, now 6 out of 7. Crawley's not getting any help from her opponent here. She has in the past few games. On top of that, lost last game at 227. Feels like this game might be the show for her.
It does feel that way. I think the crowd's starting to know it as well. Big shot. Top 12 advanced to match play after 12 qualifying games yesterday, which was Monday, right?
Yesterday was Monday.
Okay. We'll kind of do a rinse and repeat these next couple of days as the Pepsi Classic begins tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. with qualifying. Full field this week. We'll be back on the lanes for 2 qualifying blocks, 8 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Again, top 12 will advance to match play on Thursday. Two blocks as well as a Bowl TV stepladder final Thursday night or evening, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Kelly got around that one. All right. Crawley did what she needed to do there. Obviously, still max score-wise, Kelly holds the advantage. One of Emil Williams Jr.'s least liked spares.
Correct.
Ooh. Max score for Kelly, now 256. 245 still out there for Verdi. Let's go. Is this good, Emil? This feels like this is good.
This is great. Got a Hall of Famer, and I believe a future Hall of Famer.
Oh, the business.
Wow.
Splits the 8-9. 245 still out there, stepping up in the 10. It's all about that 30 right now. All about the 30. Every bit of it important right now.
Thankful to the match play scheduling that we were blessed with this match prior to the position round. Oh, trip it.
Down to the 230s. Verity does not connect here. Well, let's scratch that scenario. Let's scratch that scenario because it didn't happen. She struck. What a finish here. Going to be in the 240s. Count is going to be huge here on the fill.
Yeah, of course, double.
Kelly is going to need the first one at least. If Verity strikes on the fill ball, gets to 245, and as you said, Emil, double necessary for the win. Otherwise, strike at 9 spare would be a tie.
So went from being maybe a Kelly blowout to Verity's got a chance to now Verity can win.
And they're 22 pins separated heading into this. Oh, okay.
Yikes.
$240. Scenario becomes slightly easier for Kelly, but regardless, needs the strike. Either way, she needed this one. Verity did the work in the 10. Gotta have it.
Oh, she got around that one. Oh, walked it off. Bang. Kulik. Oh, make that sound. How about that? Kelly told us that during her our interview with her this morning, she was recently told that she sometimes perhaps is too technical. They're trying to just think about things from point A to point B, how to get there. That's it.
Point A is Kelly Kulik, and point B is the stepladder finals. It's a clear path right now. That is a humongous 10 frame for both players there, but Kelly, wow. For Crawley, she's got to be thinking back to that 9 pin in the 6th as well. That could have potentially done, but Kelly's going to gain the pins in the match and gain the 30. And all of a sudden, this is going to jump to about 60 plus pins Kelly Kulik's going to have heading into the position. Wow, what a matchup. What a matchup. As tough as this has been, as the scoring pace has slowed down.
Thanks to Neil for the match play schedule.
Absolutely. 256 to 240. Just phenomenal. Wow. I'm exhausted after
Oh no, son, you're
that.
exhausted.
That was worn out. That was just phenomenal.
That's a sign of a good match, though. A great match, actually. So there'll be a brief break. It shouldn't be too long to tally up the scores and get the players into the right areas.
Looking around the rest of the house, big win for Stephanie Johnson as well. She needed a big game there to keep her momentum as Crawley continued to strike. Since that got a little close there as well. So a humongous 239 effort from Stephanie Johnson with the victory. It's going to put her and Kelly very close. So there was 11 pins separation heading into this. So Kelly shot 256, 239. So Stephanie actually will drop to 4. But she still gained pins on Verity Crawley. Ashley Galante 201 to 158 over Diana Zavielova. Your finishes at 234 to 198 victory over Sandra Gongora. Daria Payuk on her way to victory over Valerie Bercier. Stephanie Zavala 209 in victory over Misaki Mukatati. And then Stephanie Johnson 239 to 192 over Brianna Cote. Whew. All right, party people. Well, we have this opportunity. I want to tell you a little something about our gold industry partners over at Storm. Storm Bowling is the leading manufacturer of high-performance bowling equipment. Be sure to visit your local VIP Pro Shop to pick up your new Storm bowling ball and bowl up a storm. You can learn more, see the lineup, meet the athletes at stormbowling.com. Storm Bowling, proud gold partner here on the PWBA Tour.
That concludes our 11th game of match play. We're going to verify our athlete score sheets and update. That concludes our 11th game of match play. We're going to verify our athlete score sheets and update our standings. We have one more game to go, position round. So give us a moment and we'll return shortly to see who will make our live TV step ladder finals of the PWBA Reno Classic.
All right. So position round going to be coming up very shortly here. Emil, let's bring it back to us here for a second.
All right.
How you feel about that?
I'm ready to go.
You ready to go? Okay. Let me just figure out how to do this. Let's press this button right here. Oh,
No,
there we are.
no.
See, exhausted. That's what we look like right now. Exhausted from that fantastic Kelly Kulick, Verity Crawley, game 11 of the day. Folks just messing around, shooting 250s and 240s at each other. But here's what we're looking at. Brianna Cote is all but locked up, top seed. She's going to be bowling for the title later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on BowlTV.com from the National Bowling Stadium. A little bit later tonight. Bree's bowled phenomenal. She's bowled so phenomenal. We really haven't talked about her that much.
At this point, probably about 6 p.m. Pacific time, she'll take the lanes.
Take the lanes, yes. Stephanie Zavala, Kelly Kulick, Stephanie Johnson, currently in the mix. Verity Crawley on the outside, looking in. She's going to need a big game. The interesting part about this for Verity, with Kelly and Stephanie being so close, first off, Verity's not going to be facing either of them. Kelly and Stephanie are going to be facing them.
Which could be an advantage for her.
It could be. She's going to need a big game. She has a lot of pins to make up. She has to get the win. And then, someone's going to have to win or tie the 3-4 matchup. But Verity probably would not be disappointed if she saw both players struggle a little bit out of the gates, if she could get a couple strikes going. But still, she is going to need some help to make her 7th championship round appearance of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you've said it perfectly. We just talked about it throughout that match. Kelly did obviously what she needed to do, and Stephanie has done similar things. I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. Obviously, it's as simple as this: we got a bowl, and that's why the position round exists for these very moments. Like I said, if there is a small advantage, it's Verity is not facing either of those individuals. So, Steph and Kelly are going to bowl, and someone perhaps is going to lose. If they struggle and then still lose the game, could it be enough pins in between? Couple that with what Verity would have to do to overtake. We'll have the final standings here shortly, but it's going to be fun to watch. I mean, kudos right now to Brianna Cote. Yes, you talked about it. We didn't mention her a lot this round because she had locked up, did what she has done really at this point throughout the entire tournament. Got to give some credit to Stephanie Zavala too. She hi Jason Thomas, Stephanie Zavala as well, because she managed some bumps in the road. I mean, she could have fallen completely out of contention here and was able to right the ship. So I've been talking about the patience with her and for her. And she continues to show the patience as a player. So when things do get a little iffy and get rough, and she's not seeing what she's seeing, she's not panicking, which is a testament certainly to her abilities, especially as a young player.
Yeah, that's. I think that's a fantastic point, and even going back to her win at the Greater Cleveland Open and having that early Open and being able to bounce back, throw that big string of strikes afterwards to put herself in position to win, and her temperament throughout the course of all this is very. You don't see too many highs, too many lows. She's very, very collected out there when she's competing, and I think that allows her to take these moments in stride and really not let that affect her for too long when those things are happening. We've seen her go through those stretches. We've seen some rough games, specifically going back to some instances during the Summer Classic Series where she was, I believe, the top seed for one of it, but in other situations we saw some crazy low games from her. But she continues to fight those moments off, get back on track, and put herself in position to not only win, but she's oh so close to locking up Rookie of the Year too.
Big deal there, obviously for her. We've touched on that before, but this goes a long way. Obviously, just this performance thus far, we're not done yet, but certainly looks like she's on her way to an appearance on the show. Still would need some big-time performances from Brianna Clemmer. It is not mathematically decided as of yet, but Brianna can still get there, but would need major performances on her end, and obviously a lot of help from Stephanie Zavala over the next two events. Speaking of the next two events, again, we mentioned the Pepsi Classic coming up tomorrow. Starts at 8 a.m. Pacific time. The top 12 will advance after qualifying to match play in the Pepsi Classic. That will take place on Thursday. 2 rounds of match play, followed by the Bowl TV Stepladder Finals. There's the schedule at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. But, of course, the 24 game totals, 12 games qualifying the Reno Classic, 12 games of qualifying at the Pepsi Classic. Those 24 games combined are what the players, of course, bowling for and adding up. Top 24 players across the board in the field will advance to the Tour Championship. Again, and those 24 players that made up the totals of the two previous events qualifying rounds. So still a lot of bowling to take place. And make sure you join us right here on Bowl TV.
Now, folks, I know it's about that time when you get excited and you start talking about giveaways in the chat. So, with that, we are going to be having a giveaway coming up very shortly here on BowlTV.com. If this is your first time joining us, first off, thank you. We are super glad to have you checking out the final events of the PWBA Tour season with us. You'll be looking for a prompt in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. So, Emil, if you will demonstrate the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, which is to you your right hand by your computer on the right side.
How do you want me to do it?
Just by the side, like.
How about this? Right here.
Well, no. Well, that's the logo. That's cool. But like right over there.
You want me to point to it?
Well, I can't see where your finger goes. It's got to be on the outside.
You want me to turn my computer?
No, you just. Man, all this work I got to do. Like right here, folks. Right here. Okay.
You literally just wanted me to go bottom.
That's all I wanted you to do in that situation. Yes. That's the spot.
That was a poor example.
That it was, but that's a spot where you'll see the prompt. It's going to say a giveaway will begin shortly. It's going to count down for 60 seconds, and then in that very same area, Emil, would you like to show off the area here?
No.
Okay, fine.
Right here.
Right there.
He said bottom. I still don't think that's correct.
It's all turned around for us though, because I'm looking off the screen, so based off of what's happening here, But a new prompt will pop up. It'll say the giveaway has begun, and there will be a submit entry button. All you have to do is click submit entry, and you'll be entered for a chance to win the giveaway for this final round. We're going to switch it up a little bit. So if you've been looking for a Bowl TV t-shirt, there's still time. We're still going to give plenty of those away. But we're going to give away a mini Visible PWBA Tour Bowl Fearless branded. We gave away a few of them earlier in the season. They're very sharp. Have the new branding with it's mainly black with the new logos. Bowl Fearless. Got some of the other colors worked into it. Very sharp. It's very cool. I don't have one on me at the moment here, but that's what we're going to give away. We promise we have them. That's the important part. We have them ready to go. So, all right. So we're going to get that giveaway underway in just a moment here, folks.
So not on site, right? By the way, the lanes or the players are going to go in order 1 through 12, beginning 55, 56.
So 57 through 60 is kind of the place to be.
Yep.
So with that, we're going to get the giveaway underway in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and get back to the lanes. Full screen size. And you're actually in the right pair of lanes.
Her opponent in the position round match will be Stephanie Zavala. Currently in third place, Kelly Hewitt, plus 656, just 6 pins ahead of the fourth place, Stephanie Johnson. Next, currently 62 pins off the TV show from England, there's Crowley. Her opponent will be Garrett Norris.
All right, folks, we'll have a brief warm-up session since the players did sit for a couple minutes there, so we'll be 5 minutes of warm-up before we get into the action. So once we kick-off competition once again here.
Athletes, when your lanes come
We will
on,
have that
let's
mini
see.
Visiball giveaway for you right here on Bowl TV. So after the 5-minute session, we'll be back. Giveaway time. So everybody hang tight. Let's go on Bowl TV. Good folks. Reno Classic position round coming up next.
Athletes, please hold up on your practice, no more deliveries. Ladies, arrows are up. Bowling fans, how about a great send-off as we begin the final game of match play here at the PWBA Reno Classic.
All right, party people. Warm-ups are complete. Announcements are done. The giveaway is moments away from getting underway. We are ready for the position round here at the Reno Classic. We'll get the giveaway underway with that first strike from Verity Crawley. So we do recommend, if you are watching full screen mode, to take it out of full screen for a second. Make sure you can see the chat so you can see the prompt pop up all at the right time. Verity Crawley on the outside, looking in, 62 back by Stephanie Johnson, 68 from Kelly Hewlick. Cote is up 146 over Stephanie Zavala. They're facing off on 55 and 56. We're watching 57 through 60. Verity taking on Birgit over on 61 and 62. Daria Payuk versus Ashley Galante. 63 and 64. Valerie Bercier taking on Diana Zavyalova. And on 65 and 66, Misaki Mukotani taking on Sandra Kondora. So Steph takes advantage of the break in the first, turns it into an early double. Kelly looking to match the effort. Once again, they are both just trying to stay ahead of what Verity Crawley is doing. Two for two all around. Kelly Kulik, Stephanie Johnson. The same could be said for Stephanie Zavala. And we have a winner, Steve Fort. Steve taking home the mini PWBA branded Visiball. Congratulations, Steve. They're super cool, not going to lie. So be on the lookout from an email from our marketing team in the next couple days to redeem your prize. Make sure it gets shipped to the right location. So congratulations again, Steve. Thank you to everybody for participating and being part of the Bowl TV community. Good question from Gloria. Something we have talked about, but it's certainly worth talking about again as we move on here. If Brianna Cote stays where she is at, takes a win, Verity doesn't make the show, how many points can she get and where does she move to in the standings? Verity will get the points. What's the movement of Cote? So by all accounts, Verity Crawley is going to take over Player of the Year lead after the Reno Classic, whether she makes the show or not. Brianna Cote, however, has been the big mover and shaker so far this week. Taking a look at, frankly, some of the struggles from the players who were ahead of her earlier in this week. Brianna Cote is going to get at least 12,000 points. She is going to finish at worst second of this event. So that's the bare minimum point she can get, 12,000. That's going to move her into fourth place. It doesn't matter anything else. She's at least into fourth place. If she wins, she gets 3,000 additional points, which would still keep her in fourth place overall. But it would get her within or less than 4,000 points from Shannon O'Keefe, who currently is a game away from being in second place overall. And then obviously Verity's position
to be determined overall still.
To be determined overall. Let's verify that real quick. Let's see where Verity gets to.
I believe the 10,000 that we kind of have projected, that was based on,
I think, third place
seating.
So let's get the good old page 15 of the rule book.
Yes, rule 14, folks. That's where you want to go. PWBA competition point system.
There it is. That's on page 15.
It'll be a popular topic all week.
Of PDF. So 7,000 points. So if Verity doesn't make the show, she gets 7,000 points. She would be at 113,100. If Cote wins, she would be at 108,695. So she would, I mean, that's pretty telling right there. So that's how it could shape up. Cote has moved into fourth place. She's going to stay in fourth place. It's just a matter of how far behind she is of Verity Crawley when it's all said and done. And a miscue from Verity in frame 4. Good question, though. Thanks, Gloria. Thanks to the folks also hopping in the chat. Kelly, 444.
If I recall, didn't we have game, and it's just the way it went, but Kelly just struck out on this pair to shoot 250, 6, 8?
Could have been. Do you still have your sheet here?
Yeah. That's the back 7.
Oh.
Going back to last game for Kelly on this pair. .256. And that run is over on the 7 pin, but oh, son, that is correct. It'll be more telling after tomorrow's qualifying to know not only who will advance in the Pepsi Classic, but who also will advance to the Tour Championship.
Oh, it's going to get wacky tomorrow. Forgot how much I enjoy the wackiness. Verity Crawley at the moment. Max score of 255. Birgit looking to play spoiler here. Looking for 5 in a row.
That's always the denominator no one keeps in mind, right? Whoever the opponent is for said person who's trying to make that move. No one's just, we're just not doing the. Yeah, sure, go ahead. I'll just give you 30 bonus pins.
Oh.
Trying to get that extra 200. At least 250 could be. Oh my. In this case, 450 separates 4th and 5th regarding the prize fund this week. Bounce. Back opens on the right lane for Verity Crawley.
This may be wrapped up quicker than folks would have hoped for. Kelly and Stephanie doing what they need to do. Zavala Cote. Oh, not again.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. That's going to take.
That's going to about do it.
Take some of the excitement out of the finale, but it just lets us focus a little more on the pending excitement. 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the step ladder finals tonight here on Bowl TV from the Reno Classic. Still determining order. Currently unsettled, but it looks like our top 4 are going to be pretty set here. Looking at the difference from well, depending on the scores, Birgit could actually move into 5th place.
That's correct.
So Verity, but after that, there's a big enough jump from 6th to 7th. Where I don't think there's any scenario where Andari is not striking a ton either. So Verity Crawley is going to be the new leader in the Player of the Year race. Shannon O'Keefe will be 2nd. Dasha Kovalova will be 3rd. Brianna Cote moves into the top 5 and will be 4th. Our stepladder finals will feature Brianna Cote, Stephanie Zavala, Kelly Kulick, and Stephanie Johnson. I think it's pretty close to nearly making it completely mathematically over, but in reality, it's just a matter of final score here for our top four. Looks like Stephanie Johnson is going to be our 4 seed. Depending on what Kelly does here, she still has 2 60s out there. Stephanie Zavala started with the front 5, but followed with an open and a pair of 9 spares. This could get potentially interesting for the 2 seed. Kelly was 46 pins back.
Zavala has the lead in their match.
She does have the lead, so Kelly would have to, because Kelly's going to get the 30 as well. Kelly would have to beat her by that amount in total pinfall. So she's probably going to need to go sheet to do that. Potentially some help from Zavala.
Zavala can still get to 241. There's another.
Okay, squared. Kelly Kulik, 5th championship round appearance of the season. Same between, or adding their 5th, Zavala and Cote as well. 2nd of the year for Steph Johnson. And Zavala performs in the 10th, so she is going to be the 2 seed. Kelly Kulik will get lane choice against Stephanie Johnson. So Kulik versus Stephanie Johnson. Winner takes on Stephanie Zavala. The winner of the semifinal awaits. Brianna Cote.
This will be the 3rd time these 2 players will meet today. Speaking of Kelly and Stephanie. Aside from the match play, obviously. But this morning, they started off the day with Stephanie defeating Kelly 246 to 223. Kelly's going to get the win here, and then they will meet opening match tonight.
The ultimate rubber match. There we go. So the show is about 70 minutes away. We do plan, if everything goes according to plan, to have a little pregame show with Carolyn and Dave Lamont joining the action as well. We got not 1, not 2, but 3 bowling balls to give away. Good question from James. The finals are actually going to be on the other side of the center aisle here, over on 23 and 24. There's JT in the chat as well. Zavala finishes with 241 in victory. With a plus 773. Cote is going to be in the plus 840 range for the top overall seed. Yerget finishes with 222, and she's going to get the win. So 222 and going to get the win. Don't think it's going to be in. Well, this Verity has a really rough 10th frame here. Looks like Crawley will hold on to 5th spot overall. 190 for Stephanie Johnson, enough to maintain her spot in the top 4. Folks, it's going to be a short and sweet sign-off here in the next minute or two for us. So while we have this opportunity, I want to take this opportunity to thank the USBC, BPWA, and their board of directors for their continued support of the PWBA Tour. Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider of the PWBA. Our PWBA members for providing exciting competition so far this week, and we certainly expect to see plenty more throughout the rest of the Fall Classic Series. Of course, the great Bowl TV community, the fans of the PWBA. You folks are the best. And of course, the staff here at the NBS, the on-site volunteers and tournament staff, support from the International Bowling Campus. Other than a few final shots here, we are all but set to go.
Well, this was fun, Aaron.
Fun, exciting, crazy. I don't know if I thought the day would work out the way it did here, but I'm glad it did work out that way. I kind of felt the scoring pace was going to be a little crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up being a little tougher, a little more challenging. We still saw big scores out there, but it really felt like you had to go out there and earn it today.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that. I never got a chance to really get this in, but they talked to Sean Ryan. He said the fronts were hooking. In fact, the most they've hooked the course of every round. Nothing really was done too differently. No one really started any further left. No one put more surface on bowling balls. It's just what happened this round.
We're going to have an announcement shortly here. There it is.
Match play competition here at the Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes match play competition here at the PWBA Reno Classic. It is my pleasure to introduce your top 4 for the PWBA Reno Classic Stepladder Finals. The number 4 seed from McKinney, Texas, Stephanie Johnson. Her opponent in the opening match is the number 3 seed from Union, New Jersey, Kelly Kulick. The winner of that match will go on to face the number 2 seed from Downey, California, Stephanie Zavala. The winner from that match will then face our tournament leader from Tucson, Arizona, Brianna Cote. Bowling fans, these are your top 4 finalists for the live Bowl TV Stepladder Finals of the PWBA Reno Classic. On behalf of the entire PWBA staff, thank you all very much for coming today and your continuous support of the PWBA Tour. Make sure you stick around to watch the exciting conclusion of the PWBA Reno Classic at 5 p.m. Seating will begin at 4:15.
All right, folks, there we have it. Our top 4 are set. Brianna Cote, Stephanie Zavala, Kelly Kulick, and Stephanie Johnson coming up next here on Bowl TV, 8 p.m. Eastern, to bowl for the title here at the PWBA Reno Classic.
No other words, honestly, Aaron. Great day, great first event. It's going to culminate in a title. Who can perhaps tackle the fresh, even though there'll be some breakdown with the players practicing on, that will be key, especially with Kelly and Stephanie. Very familiar. We talked about this will be the 3rd time that they've met just today alone. Obviously, Stephanie Zavala, will she have the look that she prefers? Will she have this after all is said and done? And then obviously Brianna Cote waits in the wings, watching what's going on and preparing and hopefully gaining her 2nd title of the season. Zavala looking for her 3rd title of the season. Woo. Kelly looking for her 2nd, and Stephanie Johnson looking for her 1st of the season. It's going to be great. Tune in 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Let's go.
Let's go, indeed. Let's go. All right, folks. With our thank yous in the books, a final thank you, of course, to Jason Thomas, Curtis Von Kruger, my main man, Emil Williams Jr. What's you dropping? He's dropping the times there, folks. Those are the times. I'm Aaron Smith. Thank you again for joining us here on Bowl TV. We will be back in about 63 minutes. Here we go. We'll have a pregame show. Be early. Check it out. CDB, Dave Lamont going to be up next for the finals. So, folks, thank you again for joining us here on Bowl TV. We'll see you soon. And remember, on Bowl TV, bowling lives here.